Oh. 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 Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. Maya is sometimes defined as that which makes the impossible possible. Today, we complete 1 month of our 2022 semester. And as we reflect on all of the classes and workshops and articles and funds that we've engaged in 1 month, this is only because of Kripa. Kripa in English means grace. Kripa also makes the impossible possible. If anyone feels they're trapped by Maya, the only way to become free is through Kripa. Bhagavad Gita's chapter 5, the teaching is on doershiplessness. This is evident in verses 13, 14, 15. Also shared in 15, though, is one who forgets infinity. They only know how to spell infinity because anyone who has faith in infinity knows infinity can only be. Infinity cannot do. The one who forgets infinity shifts from being to doing. The ego feels, I am doing. Ahankara. In verse 16, the one who was doing, but now has faith in infinity, that infinity is being, will flow through this verse again. Jnanena tu tadajnanam. They know ignorance. They have exposed ignorance. Making this more practical, if you come to know how much you don't know, that will help us to become more humble. Agreed? If I know how little I know about Vedanta, about life, I shouldn't have this sense of, I'm doing, I deserve. Rather, there should be humility. Yesham nashitam atmanaha. For those who know this ignorance, that ignorance, nashitam, is destroyed. They know atmanaha. They know the right atman. Making this more practical. If I'm immersed in doing, I have to step back to observing. That is the transition to being. So in our lives, our lifestyles that tend to be instinctive We have to step back, make them more intentional. Being a sakshi, or observer, is a practice in sannyasa. When I observe, I am practicing deservershiplessness, then doershiplessness. Third quarter, tesham adityavat jnanam. This knowledge is like a sun for them. When the sun rises, all becomes more clear visually. Using sun as a reference, we reflected on waking, dreaming, sleeping. How do you know definitively that you are awake right now? And I mean this in a humorous way, but I also mean this in a technical way. Because when you're dreaming, you definitively feel that you're dreaming. So how do you definitively know that you're awake right now and that you're not dreaming? And whatever you're going to come up with, I'm going to come up with a rebuttal. My point is, the waking, the dreaming, the sleeping, that keeps moving. You are the awareness that is unmoving. You're the awareness that is unmoving, that knows what is moving. The sun does not revolve around the earth. The earth revolves around the sun. Prakashayati tatparam. And this knowledge that is like a sun, it shines on tatparam, on that which is higher than us. The highest is tat. We can infer this as the creator, as consciousness. The word prakashati means reveals, and I had shared with everyone, knowledge does reveal immediately, but to be ready for knowledge demands time and effort. For those who have a lot of snow on their driveway, that snow started as powder snow, correct? And you didn't tend to it, so it became packing snow. And then it's too hard, so now it's become ice, correct? We have to go through the powder, to the packing, to the ice, to be able to see that driveway. When someone just sees the driveway, they think, wow, that was easy. But think how much one had to go through to do that. The powder snow is thinking about joy. The packing snow is desiring joy. The ice is your print, your vasana is for joy. Please reflect on that visualization. Shri Krishna is in Bharat, so it's sunny there. We are in North America. It is, it is dark here. Next verse is a very comprehensive verse. All we need to do with our life to be like the Creator consciousness is shared. Verse 17. Tad buddhayastadaatmanaha tanishtastat parayanaha gacchanta punaravrittim jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. This verse is to be understood if we take the first line going backwards. Remember, this is a Gita. Gita means it's a song. A typical song doesn't follow proper grammar. Yes? Proper grammar, you all. In a song, y'all. So, poetry. This has to be interpreted. Tat parayanaha. We are to make tat parayanaha, our only destination, our only purpose. Next, this is all evolving, tat nishtaha. One is to be dedicated to this destination. One is to be focused in this. Then, tat atmanaha. One is to feel that they're closer and closer and closer to this destination through their dedication. They're becoming this. Tat buddhayaha. Then their intellect, which is always feeling extrovert, their intellect has now become one with tat. There's no sense of doership. There's only being. This is the translation. I'm going to layer this with the framework now. Tat parayanaha symbolizes Shravana. The translation for Shravana is listening. What this feels like in our lives is inspiration. When someone asks you, what is Shravana? It is inspiration. Now, this whole line is described as, and I have more to say about this framework, this whole line is describing antaranga sadhana, which in English means the final disciplines to enlightenment. These are the final three. They're described as antaranga sadhana. They're to be practiced more closely, more perpetually. And each of these disciplines addresses a problem we have in our personality, a specific problem. For Shravana, the problem that is addressed is abhavana. Abhavana means I am not happy. I am not happy. Bhavana, I feel happy. Abhavana, I don't feel I'm happy. I don't feel I deserve happiness. This is just not destined for me in my life. But with inspiration, you start to feel, no, this is the message that I wanted and I needed. What are you supposed to do with Shravana? Next, tat nishtaha, that is symbolic for manana. Manana in English, reflection. Inspiration is to become more authentic and deep into reflection. What problem in our personality does this describe or address? Asambhavana. Asambhavana. Even though this is the message I want and need, but I feel it's not possible. I doubt that my nature is joy. So the more I reflect, the more I start to feel this message is real. Next, we're evolving. Tat atmanaha, tat atmanaha, this symbolizes nididhyasana. In English, contemplation. Contemplation. The problem in our personality this addresses, viparita bhavana. Viparita bhavana means wrong identification. Wrong identification. Particularly that I am the body. When one contemplates, they feel like they're the body less. That this message is not just real, this message is personal. Shravana, message. Manana, message is real. Nididhyasana, message is real and personal. Tat buddhayaha, this symbolizes moksha. Moksha is meditation. The English word for moksha is meditation. You are your nature. So moksha is not the means, moksha is the ends. And so this is not addressing a problem in our personality. Moksha is bhavana. I am joy. Do you remember Shravana? Abhavana. I don't deserve to be happy. Bhavana, I am happiness. I'll only translate the second line. After you've completed this, gachanti means to go or to know. Apunaravrittim, one does not come back. This third quarter is indicating that the body has now died. One can and will be enlightened while the body is alive. This quarter is indicating that now the body has died and the body will not come back. Jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha. And this quarter is symbolizing bahiranga sadhana. This is our starting point before we are trained for the final disciplines. Jnana nirdhuta kalmashaha means our lifestyle is directed towards purification. Purification helps one to be prepared for jnana. Purification, inspiration, reflection, contemplation, all is a fulfillment towards meditation. Lots to reflect on. I will share more tomorrow. From inspiration to application. A recent application of yours was to flow through our website perpetually, every day. Write a reflection, read a reflection. Our website is an effort for us to sangha with sat, to be associated with nobility. If you are sangha with sat, you will not feel sad. As soon as we separate from sat or nobility, we start to feel sad. Yesterday's application was for you to look at Vedanta and Bhagavata and practice the reflection adventure of the month, sharing again with you how much kripa is in our lives. This chapter, I've emphasized the need for reflection the most. Correct? We have started our silence culture, which is about contemplation. Even Vedanta and Bhagavata is directing us towards reflection and contemplation. That is Bhagwan's, God's message to us. Reflect more, contemplate more. Your application for this morning is catch up. Whatever you need to catch up with, catch up. Shanti, shanti, shanti. Be safe, be sound, be serene, be happiness.